What's up and welcome back to the Metalhead Car Show. Just the other day, Dodge unveiled the concept of the new Ram 5100 EV, the Ram Revolution.
The Ram Revolution. A concept born from our obsession.
And today we're going to be going over some of its cool features and some of its specs. So right now, this is just a prototype, but here's everything we know about the new Ram Revolution and when we can expect it to come out on sale. I don't expect the door setup to be going into production as it is, but once you get into it, it's very cool. There's no B-pillar, so you have loads of room to actually get into the interior. And once you're in the interior, you'll find there's a third row of seating, so you could actually fit 6 to 7 people in the interior. Once you're in the interior, it has a steering wheel which will actually fold flat for when you want to go to a self-driving mode, which Dodge says this truck will have when it goes out on sale. This thing has a very cool looking, pretty much full glass roof with interesting design on it. But my favorite feature of the interior is actually from the frunk. Now in the frunk, there is a little cargo hole that actually goes into the interior that you could slide something from the very front of the frunk all the way to the very back of the interior. So you can get really long planks of wood or things like that in there. We see that with normal cars, with the seats being able to be folded down from the trunk going into the interior, so you can get larger things in there. So it kind of makes sense it would have that with the frunk, since there's no firewall there and you don't really need that. I think it's a really, really cool idea. This thing's looking to be 18 feet long with a truck bed that's 4 inches longer than the standard Dodge Ram truck bed and a tailgate that opens barnyard style with a 50-50 split to it. Now all that's really cool, but let's get to the fun specs, that being power and capability. Dodge is saying the new Ram Revolution is going to have a range of 500 miles, and it's going to have the capability of towing 10,000 pounds. It's also said to have 3 power options, the first one being around 200 horsepower, the third one being around 440 horsepower, and the performance-oriented variant being 880 horsepower. Which I think we're all starting to get kind of numb to these numbers. Like every single performance-oriented electric car makes it above 800 horsepower at this point. But I do find it's very cool that Dodge's first try, these are kind of the numbers they're hoping to hit. A 200 horsepower variant may not sound that exciting, but it tells me there may be a affordable entry-level version to this truck, which I actually really like. I think a lot of companies are kind of going for high-end right off the start and kind of just skipping the entry level to actually get into these cars. And as much as I believe that, I do love that there's a version that's going to be nearly 900 horsepower. Since this is just a prototype, we don't know any real numbers. We don't know it's 0 to 60, but we can probably assume it's going to be somewhere in the 3 to 3.5 second range. And this thing is going to be blisteringly fast. The only thing I'm going to point out right now is the towing. I think it is going to be able to tow 10,000 pounds. I don't think it's going to be able to do it for very long. Every single EV vehicle is having issues, some worse than others, but I think that's going to still happen here, and it's still going to be a notable problem, and it's not going to be anything truly impressive. Maybe I'll be wrong, and maybe Dodge will be the company that figures out how to make this work, but from what history's shown us, I'm not banking on it. The Ram Revolution is expected to come out for 2024. It's expected to be somewhere in the ballpark of $50,000 to $60,000. And I think it'd be very interesting to have competition with the Ford Lightning and the new Silverado EV. And maybe even the Tesla Cybertruck if it ever comes out. But that one's for a video coming up very soon. But what do you think of the new Ram Revolution? Is it gimmicky? Is it going to flop? Is it going to be amazing? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you've seen. I post on Instagram and occasionally TikTok, and I'll see you later.